Hey, so I was only ever good at two sports growing up. I played hockey and I played lacrosse. Only ever good at two sports. And I'd convince myself that these are the only two sports that I'm good at. Why? How did that happen? Well, when I was really young, I started playing hockey. And because I started at a young age, I got relatively good at it and I was decent. I had a decent skill set. And then I had a bunch of friends who were playing hockey, who were playing lacrosse as well, rather. And then I started playing lacrosse with them. And the skills transferred over. I enjoyed it. I had fun. I got better at it. My friends were playing. I got better at it. But I didn't really play very many other sports growing up at a young age. And it wasn't until, middle school, high school that I started playing other sports, mostly in gym class, football, soccer, baseball, these kinds of things. And I was never very good at them because I didn't have a lot of practice and it just wasn't my jam. And so what happened was I wasn't very good. I didn't really enjoy them. I wasn't, one of the better players in gym class. And I developed these negative attitudes and feelings about these sports. And I convinced myself from a very young age that, look, I don't play those other sports. I'm not good at those sports. I'm only good at hockey and I'm only good at lacrosse. Those are my sports. And the more I played those sports, the better I got at them, the more positive my feelings and associations were with those sports, and the more I invested in those sports, and the more I avoided all those other sports. And told myself this narrative, this story that, you know what, I'm only good at hockey and lacrosse. I'm not good at those other sports. Why am I telling you all this? Well, it's a great example of how your subconscious programming affects the things you believe about yourself and the things that you're good at or not good at, and therefore the actions that you take. So I had this programming around sports that was feeding me all these inputs like, you're not good at football, you're not good at baseball. If they throw you the ball, you're going to drop it. I had this programming because I wasn't very comfortable or familiar with those sports when I started playing them. And that translated into negative feelings and negative attitudes and associations around those sports. And that fed this belief that, I'm just not good at those sports. And as a result, I would avoid playing those sports altogether and only stick to the sports I felt comfortable with, which were hockey and lacrosse. What does this have to do with your business? Everything, okay? Has everything to do with your business. When you think about what drives results in your business, ultimately it's your actions, your behavior. Your behavior drives results in your business. The things that you do affect the results and the outcomes that you achieve. Okay? But why do you do certain things and not do other things? Why do you do certain activities? Why do you have certain behaviors and not other behaviors? Well, simply because you've been programmed to believe that you're good at doing certain things and not good at doing other things. And those beliefs prevent you often from taking action and from doing the things required to grow your business because you don't believe that you're good at them. So an example that we talked about today earlier on a coaching call with my clients was sales. A lot of people believe they're just not good at sales, not good at selling, they're not effective at persuading a prospect or a buyer to make a purchase. So what happens is they avoid it at all costs. They avoid getting into a sales conversation. They avoid putting themselves in a situation where they have to make somebody an offer, much like I avoided playing football and playing soccer and playing baseball because I didn't think I was any good at them. And because you think you're not good at sales, and it could be anything else. It could be recording videos, going live on Facebook. It could be, podcasting, writing good email copy for your list. Whatever the exercise is, if you don't believe that you're good at it because of your programming, then you develop these negative attitudes and feelings with regards to that activity. And then you avoid it altogether. And even when you do it, you're not terribly effective at it because you have these negative feelings with it. So we got one of my clients on the hot seat today on a coaching call, and we talked through this issue around sales that she was having. And I asked her, like, when you felt negatively about sales and you had negative associations about sales, how did you feel on a sales call? And the answer was terrible, ineffective, uncomfortable. That's how she felt because she had these negative attitudes and feelings around sales. Well, how do you think her sales calls went if she had all these negative feelings and associations around sales? Not very good, because it's obvious to the buyer that, well, she's uncomfortable. She doesn't really sound like she's in her element. She sounds kind of out of place. And the buyer then immediately assumes that, okay, well, I guess she's not very good at what she does. I guess she's not very confident. So maybe she's not the person that I should be working with. Okay. So the thing I want you to understand here, and the point of this video is really simple. Your programming, right? The inputs you've gathered over the years have informed your beliefs, and your beliefs drive your attitudes and your feelings towards certain things, which determines your actions, which determines your behavior. Okay. So the mistake a lot of people make is when they want to make some kind of change in their behavior, they focus on the behavior, they focus on the action. So I want to start creating more content for LinkedIn or for Facebook, or I want to, change the way that I interact with prospects in a sales conversation, or, something personal. I want to go to the gym. I want to lose weight. I want to diet. I want to do this, that, and the other. They focus on the behavior, but the behavior is not the problem. The programming is the problem. The things that are going on in your brain at a subconscious level that are preventing you from doing the right things in the right sequence and executing on those things effectively. That's the problem. When you change the programming and you change the beliefs and the attitudes and the feelings, then the results, the behavior, the actions will follow suit. So I hope that makes sense, because if you're struggling with any part of your business, whatever that is, maybe it's sales, maybe it's marketing, maybe it's operations, whatever part of your business that you're struggling with or that you feel stuck in, probably what's going on there is you have an issue with programming. There's some programming that's gone wrong, that's fed you the wrong inputs, that's led you to believe things that are just not true, or are limiting your potential, or limiting what you're capable of, and that's what's holding you back. Hope that makes sense. If you have any questions about this, drop them in the comments. Happy to help. Take care.